So when it comes to just about anything I like, I think I'm a absolute trivia geek, right? I like to see references. I like to see Easter eggs. I like stuff like that. And today we are reacting to the 10 best WWE tribute attires. You know what that means, right? Wrestlers gonna be dressing up like other wrestlers or making references to old gimmicks, and I think that's gonna be pretty swell. If you'd like to support the original pre of the content, please, please, please click that top link in the description. If you'd like to react to content with us live on Twitch, you know what to do. I don't gotta tell you where to look for that one. If the algorithm has brought you to me, you gotta chill with me for at least 15 minutes, right? That's just us, right? That's me and you. Morning time. We're having a sesh right now. Can we have a sesh? Little ones, get the hell out of here. I repeat, I do not make content for little ones. I react using colorful language. I don't want you hearing nothing that you don't need to be hearing. I'm not going to be responsible for ruining your childhood, right? Like, I already had my childhood ruined. But weird. If you guys are ready to react to the content, I guess I'll take a guess, right? Like, this is a video. This is a video. Oh gosh.
Man who loves to pay tribute to my favorite WWE superstars.
That was on screen for way longer than I thought it was going to be. That was only 4 seconds. It felt like it's been on screen for like 15 minutes. I felt like it was on screen for 15 minutes. I wonder what that's about.
I can totally understand why WWE superstars would want to pay tribute to their favorites too. It's certainly important to respect history and give credit to those that inspired you, and a good way to do that is via custom-made ring attire. Wearing gear that either directly copies or subtly hints at icons of the past is a relatively new sports entertainment phenomenon, but we've already seen some cracking examples that range from the awe-inspiring to the genuinely emotional. I'm Adam Pachisi from Cultaholic Wrestling, and these are the 10 best WWE tribute attires. Join us.
Let's do it.
Number 10, Mandy Rose. When Mandy Rose came out for her tag team bout on the September 29th, 2020 episode of Raw, some people won't have batted an eyelid at the flesh-bearing pink outfit she was wearing for it. After all, this is the sort of thing that she and her female contemporaries routinely don for matches. But other viewers noticed the similarities between Mandy's threads and those worn by Trish Stratus when the Hall of Famer made her in-ring pay-per-view debut at Fully Loaded 2000. Of course, there are many similarities between Stratus and Rose, given that both came from the fitness world, both are or were blonde, and both have very pretty faces, professionally speaking, of course. Following that Raw, Mandy tweeted out a comparison photo acknowledging that gear really was indeed inspired by the one and only greatest of all time woman I look up to, while WWE even released a side-by-side video. Trish replied to a fan who pointed out the tribute by saying that she sees Mandy along with hashtag she's killing it. A great tribute it was. But look, unless you've literally barked like a dog for Vince McMahon, you've got nothing on the OG.
I always forget about that arc that Trish was really just clocking into work to get literally dogged. That was a bummer. It made me a little sad. Damn.
Number 9, Candice LeRae and Johnny Gargano. Candice LeRae and Johnny Gargano seem like a cute couple, don't they? The big nerdy lovebirds have an affinity for things like comic books and superhero films, something that has regularly inspired their ring attire over the years. They've also tipped their hats to one of their biggest inspirations and personal mentors, Shawn Michaels, on a couple of occasions. LeRae was the first to get decked out like the Heartbreak Kid, custom making her own gear for a ladder match on the April 8th, 2020 episode of NXT.
I wouldn't have got it. I wouldn't have caught the HBK references in this. I didn't really look at Shawn's ring gear that closely. It looks nice, though. It does look nice.
Candice went retro with shorts, top, and wristbands that were similar to the gear worn by Michaels during the mid-90s, with LeRae specifically highlighting the tights he wore for his historic ladder match against Razor Ramon at WrestleMania 10. More than a year later, at NXT TakeOver in Your House 2021, Johnny Wrestling looked like Mr. WrestleMania by wearing not only trunks, knee pads, and wristbands that were reminiscent of Michaels, but also a mirror and chain emblazoned entrance vest. Do you think he's cute? I know he's sexy. Sends chills up and down my spine, it does. Number 8, Bronson Reed. This current generation of wrestlers are very eager to pay their respects to the greats of the past, even those that don't necessarily always get their proper due elsewhere. When I look at Bronson Reed, I see a talented, intimidating big man with an agility that belies his size, and someone that really didn't get the chance to showcase the full extent of his talents while under the WWE umbrella. Reminds me an awful lot of another cat-like super heavyweight from yesteryear, Bam Bam Bigelow. The former NXT North American champion has clearly been
My boy got thick on the singlet. My boy definitely got thick with 2 C's on the singlet. Oh, brother. Just thick. Who did you upset backstage? Just like this. Okay.
Bodying the Beast from the East, as was evidenced by his claw pose and penchant for mid-match cartwheels. He let his love of Bama be known at NXT TakeOver 30 with a fiery singlet and entrance jacket.
That's gas, though. That's gas. I fucks with this. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, hell yeah. Big Man Bam vibes.
As well as flames shaved into his hair. It's not quite a skull tattoo, but really there should be limits when it comes to tributes, you know? Bam Bam Bronson afterwards said that while many of his colleagues choose to go the superhero route for themed gear, his heroes growing up were wrestlers, especially the man from Asbury Park, New Jersey. Number 7, Ronda Rousey.
I like
Ronda
that.
Rousey.
Piper? Roddy Piper? Yeah. Roddy Piper. I think that's coming, right? Unless there's someone else. She's about to have on a fucking shield vest. I vaguely recall that. Yeah, I vaguely recall that being like.
She could, if she wanted to, wear whatever the hell she wants when she wrestles. Because really, who's gonna tell her otherwise? You? I somehow doubt it, Beardy Man 362. It doesn't really matter what the former UFC star chooses to wear, because she does her talking with her wrestling. But it's certainly nice that Rousey pays tribute to her late friend and mentor, the legendary Roddy Piper. Rowdy Roddy and Rowdy Ronda became friends after they were introduced via Jean LaBelle, who helped train both of them, with Piper giving Rousey permission to use the Rowdy moniker for MMA and wrestling before he passed away in 2015. She has always worn leather jackets, kilts, and has a logo similar to the iconic Hot Rod one, but Rousey put it all together for some big matches, including her WrestleMania 34 debut, her Raw Women's title win at SummerSlam 2018, and for her groundbreaking WrestleMania 35 main event. Ronda has called Piper a hero and inspiration, and her tribute attires managed to simultaneously pay respect while remaining true to her own character. Number 6, Seth Rollins. Since emancipating himself from the Shield, Seth Rollins has experimented with many different looks and will bust out one-off gear for special occasions. He's had red, white, gold, silver, and pretty much every other type of color spandex made, but he took his costume game to a whole new level when he transformed into the Drip God. His outlandish suits catch the eye every week he appears on television.
Alright, I'm not gonna lie, this is a fly shit. I would have to wear this to any function that needs me to wear a suit just to stand out. Yeah, I would definitely pull up and be like, yeah, you see it. You see it. Rubbing the hands together, doing a light skin eyes, biting the bottom lip. You see it. Yeah. Yeah, fuck it. Yeah.
Television, but one of Rollins' best outfit choices was the tribute attire he wore at SummerSlam 2020. While helping carry Dominic Mysterio to a damn fine debut showing, the Messiah turned out in an outfit that harkened back to the younger days of Dom's dad, Rey. Seth's gear on the night was almost a carbon copy of the bodysuit that Mysterio wore for his 1997 Halloween.
That's cool. I feel that's cool. That's really cool, actually. I didn't even piece that together. I would have known. That's fire. Wow. Cool.
Almost a carbon copy of the bodysuit that Mysterio wore for his 1997 Halloween Havoc Mask vs. Title Classic with Eddie Guerrero. Rey's original outfit itself was, of course, a tribute itself and one of his earliest comic book inspired pieces, an homage to the little-remembered film The Phantom. Rollins' choice was simultaneously a cheeky troll job on the Mysterio family, while also being a nod to a revolutionary match and one of the greatest of all time. Number 5, Zack Ryder. Even when he was being jobbed out and booked into oblivion, aka 90% of his WWE career to be honest, Zack Ryder always showed up for work in style. A huge fan of 80s and 90s wrestling, films, TV shows, video games, and so on, Long Island IC was happy to wear his fandom on his sleeve, or his tiny little pants, if you will. He had a vast array of gear in all different colors and styles, but one that especially grabbed the attention was his tribute to not one, but 3 of his wrestling heroes. At Battleground 2016, Ryder wore red, white, and blue everything for, appropriately enough, his big United States Championship match with Rusev. As Zack pointed out in a tweet afterwards, he did this in the way of Sting.
Oh, that's tight. I got the Randy Savage with it. With the fucking frilly ass jacket. Wouldn't have caught the Sting one or the Ultimate Warrior. Oh, I guess the trunks, right? Damn, you went crazy. I would have lied and said, yeah, I did this for Kurt Angle too. This guy with a broken freaking neck. Yeah, I did them all.
Ultimate Warrior and Macho Man Randy Savage before him. Naturally, Ryder tapped out and was unsuccessful in his pursuit of the gold, but on the plus side, he did get his own WWE Elite action figure with the Battleground attire, which, to a mental collector like him, was probably more exciting than actually becoming champ. Number 4, Rey Mysterio. As we saw earlier with Mysterio's Halloween Havoc Phantom gear,
why that still frame? Okay. Is that like Bane? No. Rey's superhero attires are unmatched, by the way. I used to fucking bug out every time he popped out as a kid. I was like, yo, that's Magneto. That has to be Magneto. But like, fuck is this? Fuck is this still frame, man? I'd definitely see the Joker on it, though. I'd definitely see the Joker on it. The suspenders would have had me believing it was Bane, but I can see the Joker on it, too. Very, very cool, Kanye. Very cool.
WWE's biggest little man is an innovator when it comes to themed ring attire. Over the years, we've seen Little Rey unleash some incredibly elaborate tribute gear, particularly superhero ones, as he...
Come on there. Come on. Little kid me would be screaming at the top of my lung like, that's the Flash! That is the Flash, bro!
He's dressed up as everyone from The Flash and the Joker to Captain America and Burnt Face Man. Okay, that last one's not true, but if he had his eye removed, then there's still time for a heel to set fire to his mug, you know? While most of Mysterio's tribute attires have alluded to comic book or film characters, his most emotional one was undoubtedly for Eddie Guerrero at the 2006 Royal Rumble. Latino Heat had passed away a couple of months prior, and the Masked Man was hoping to win the Rumble match in honor of his dearly departed friend and former tag team championship partner. Rey entered the arena in a lowrider, wearing an Eddie Guerrero t-shirt and pants that had the same cross and flames that Eddie wore on his tights towards the end of his career, en route to going the distance. Number 3, Sasha Banks. Of course, Rey Mysterio is not the only one to wear gear in tribute to Eddie Guerrero. Though Eddie and Rey were close friends, Guerrero has influenced a whole generation of wrestlers who wish to pay their respects to a performer that they adored growing up. Chief among them is Sasha Banks, who cites Eddie as her favorite wrestler of all time and was actually in attendance for the Raw and SmackDown Eddie Guerrero tribute shows after he passed away in 2005. The boss has borrowed Latino Heat's moves and mannerisms on occasion, but chose the grandest stage of them all to unleash her tribute gear. Banks wore the gear, which was very similar to what Eddie was wearing when he beat Brock Lesnar for the WWE title at No Way Out 2004 for her Women's Championship triple threat match with Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch at WrestleMania 32. 3 years later at WrestleMania 35, Peyton Royce wore some great Eddie-inspired gear for the Iconics Women's Tag Team title win. Before Banks or Royce were even signed to WWE, however, Eddie's wife Vicky paid tribute to her husband for a rare outing at WrestleMania 26. You know, all this Eddie Guerrero tribute talk is enough to make a fella grow a mullet. Number 2, CM Punk. A lot can be said of CM Punk, and he certainly has his share of detractors out there, but one thing that has remained consistent from his very early days in the business until now is that Phil Brooks is quick to pay respect to those that came before him and paved the way. A student of the game and true original, Punk's influences can still be felt in his wrestling style and promo work, from Terry Funk to Hiroyoshi Tenzan to a host
Jake
of
came out of
others.
Storm, that's
Punk's
fire.
tributes became more overt on a couple of occasions too, when
Slick, you can't throw that in the chat like that, man. Don't do that. Mercedes needs to get better wigs. I was at the Full Gear pay-per-view and her wig there had a bald spot. That's crazy, because this is forever going to be on YouTube now. Whew. This is forever going in peak in the video. I'm not cutting this out. I'm not cutting this out. This is going to be there now. Oh my God.
and he wore gear that matched their signature looks. The straight-edge superstar has long worn themed gear, often alluding to his favorite sports teams, but the trunks and kick pads that he wore mirroring Randy Savage and Bret Hart were two of his best. Punk had Macho Man gear made to wear on Raw just a few days after his idol passed away in 2011, which could have been a controversial move given the company's long-standing feelings towards Savage. Over a year later at SummerSlam 2012, Punk became the modern-day pink and black attack for his successful WWE title defense. Dressing up as Macho Man and the Hitman, and we were supposed to be surprised when Punk left the company in controversy.
I like those.
Number 1, The New Day. Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, and Big E seemingly have new gear every single week, and
Yo, they had the Dragon Ball ring gear a couple times, and every time I've been like, oh yeah, this is yeah. I absolutely, he loved their Dragon Ball gear. I need more, please, do
each
more.
and every time, it is an absolute banger. Whether it's holiday-themed, covered in pop culture references, or just straight-up cosplay, their dedication to making their ring outfits as memorable as possible should be commended. At the 2021 Royal Rumble, the New Day wore some threads that not only looked customarily great, but also had much sentimental value. They, along with the rest of the wrestling world, were still mourning the passing of John Huber, aka Brody Lee, who passed away a month prior.
Oh, wow.
The trio got to show off the gear and pay respects to their fallen friend who had last wrestled for AEW in a backstage segment before the Rumble itself. The gesture received an outpouring of appreciation from those in the business, including Huber's wife Amanda, who noted in social media posts that the detailed design incorporated Brody's own gear from the Wyatt family, Bludgeon Brothers, and Mr. Brody Lee eras. A true one-off, the New Day members auctioned the gear online afterwards in order to raise money for a non-profit in Brody's hometown of Rochester, New York. They're just a great...
Wow. That was sick. I like that. Yeah, Alexa definitely has it down too, the cosplay thing. That was nice. I like the VR ending on that note. That was tight. If you guys like to support the original creator of the content, please with the top link in the description. I always think it's really cool when they get to express themselves and wear some cool ass gear in the ring. I think someone said it earlier in the chat just a moment ago, like, if I was in there with the budget, hell yeah, all of my ring gear would definitely be getting us sued, because I'm going all the way, bitch. I'm going all the way. I'm running down to the ring with the Infinity Gauntlet and all that, like, I'm Thanos this week. I'm Thanos this week, motherfucker, let's go. I pull up, wear a fucking gladiator gear. I ride down to the ring on a fucking horse. Shitting and all that. The horse is just shitting all the way down the ramp. Yeah, you see it? You see it? I'm Brad Pitt. Don't even fucking matter anymore. What you gonna do about it? Nothing. If you guys like to react to Couch with us live on Twitch, you know where to find that link. Don't be a weenie. Come on. Pull up. I promise I'll let you leave the dungeon every couple of days. If you guys are still here, you're still here, and if you haven't subscribed yet, what the fuck are you doing? You've been here for like almost 20 minutes now. Just something had to keep you here. You're still here. Click subscribe right now. Go ahead, click it. And then find something else to watch. Let's hang out some more. You stuck now, see?